Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy knitting. This is going to be a little hat. I finished the little cardigan that I was doing in this blue spotty wool. I'll put this down and show you the cardigan. Put the collar back. It's a 20-inch, this one. It'll be going on my eBay shop when I finish the little hat, because I'm doing a little hat to go with it as well, like a little set. And it's 20-inch chest, and it measures 7.5 inches up to the armhole and 8 inches for the sleeve. And I think a 20-inch will probably fit probably 9 months to about a year old, something like that. Quite bigger buttons in. I didn't have any really smaller buttons in the pale blue, so I used these little larger ones, and I think they're okay. They set it off a bit anyway. So that's that one. And I have just been to the post office went in my car, because I'm going out tonight to the bingo, and I thought I'm just going to go in my car, so when I come back I'll park it on the drive and it's ready for me to go out. I'm having a drink of tea as well, because I thought I'll leave it on the drive. Then everybody around where I live will know that I am going out. No one is going to come and block my drive, because they all know if the car's on the drive it's because I'm going to go out again. Because I always put my car back in the garage when I'm finished for the day. So a lot of people come and park over my drive because they know I'm not going out anyway if the car's in the garage. So if I hadn't took it out, I normally just walk over the post office, but I thought, no, I'll just go in the car and then I'll leave it on the drive, and that'll hint to anyone that I will be going out, not to block my drive. Anyway, I'll pick my knitting up again. But I went to the post office to post Janet's parcel with the 3 little bags that I had done, because she sent me a letter this morning with a card in. Yeah, the card in she sent me with the payment, because she said she wanted me to have the payment before I posted the cards, in case anything, before I posted the bags, in case anything happened. So she says, please find enclosed some money for the little bags, and can you buy some sweets for the boys with the rest? She gave me a little bit more than I asked for, so the children, 3 boys, are going to get in for a little treat. And as you can see on my cards, it's like having a birthday all year round being on YouTube. I get so many thank you cards off people and that, and I've been, this is just a fraction of what I get. I've got hundreds more, I think, downstairs, and probably going to have to sort them out and put them into the recycle thing, because I'm getting a lot of them now. But I'll show them on here when I get them. So that's one little job done, and like I'm saying, this one's going up onto eBay when I get the little hat finished, because I have noticed something. If I put things up on eBay, they seem to sell quicker than if I put them on Etsy. And I don't care much for Etsy because it's a money grabbing site. I've told you before, when you put something up, it costs you, it used to cost 18 pence. I think it's now 20 pence, because I put things up on it, and you also put the fee price up. But they charge you for putting a picture, you know, for showing whatever you're selling. And if it doesn't sell within 4 months, they charge you again. But eBay, they only charge you the once, and that's when you sell it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, it can take years, but they will not charge you until you sell it. And I've noticed, I've had 1 or 2 things. I've sold something on Etsy and something on eBay, the same price, and I get more from eBay than I do from Etsy. That's why I call Etsy a money grabbing site, because they did put the price up not long ago for the fees. And so this would probably be going up onto eBay first. I put things on eBay first, and if they're there for a long time and they don't sell, then I'll try Etsy. But I prefer eBay to Etsy. But anyway, I had a visit from one of my neighbours today and his wife, Keith and Elizabeth. Now, Keith came to ask me if I could get some Rolling Stones music off the internet for him. He's mad on the Rolling Stones. No, he's not much different to my age. He's a little bit younger than me, but he's asking me for the Rolling Stones, and his wife stand behind him going, no. She says she can't stand them. And I says, well, when he's playing the Rolling Stones, I says, tell him to put his ear things in so he doesn't have to, you don't have to listen to them. She says, oh, she says, I put my earphones on and I listen to Elvis Presley because she's like me, she likes Elvis as well. But that made me thinking about that, about me and my sister when we were kids. Well, I think would have been around about 62, 63 when the Beatles first came on the scene and the Rolling Stones. So in 1962 I would have been 16, maybe 16 or 17. And my sister Linda would have been about 13, 14. And she liked Cliff Richard. She loves Cliff Richard, she still does. I loved Elvis Presley and I still do. Only, you don't get no more records of Elvis Presley, but you do of Cliff Richard, but I don't think he's made any for quite some time. And then when the groups, the Beatles, came out, I think their first song I remember was Love Me Do, which was about, I'm not sure it was 62 or 63, around about that time it was anyway. And the Rolling Stones came on the scene at the same time. And I think their first song, what I remember, I'm not absolutely certain, but I think it was Come On. But my sister loved the Rolling Stones and I loved the Beatles. My sister loved Cliff Richards and I loved Elvis Presley, and we argued like black was white, who was the best. We were always arguing about it, and whenever the Beatles came on, my sister used to say, oh, the Rolling Stones are better than them. And when Cliff Richard was singing, I used to say to my sister that Elvis Presley was better than him. And my mother always saying, honestly, are you two arid again? She said, I wish you'd stop arguing about these groups. She says, I couldn't care less who's the best. And that was just the way things were when we were younger, argued about everything like that. But my sister and Linda, as we've got older, we've always been the best of friends all our life. We call on each other now and again, and my sister is a lollipop lady, so I don't say as much as I used to because she's usually out on a job, except when the kids are on holiday, which will be this week, I think. But anyway, I'll be at my granddaughter's on Sunday because it's Frankie's birthday, but not Sunday, it's the 2nd of March. I think that might be about Thursday. Yes, the 28th of February, that's Tuesday, because I've got to take my car into the garage for its MOT. And I only hope it passes because it's the last day. It has to be taxed by the 1st of March, and I forgot all about it and didn't get round to putting it in till late, and that was the earliest they had. So I'll get it serviced and MOT'd anyway. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. I'll never go very far in it. But I'll be at bingo tonight. It's my bingo, and I'll tell my friend. I'll let you know about next Thursday, as it all depends whether my car passes its MOT or not. It is 2015, which makes it nearly 8 years old. So I suppose you start getting things wrong with cars around about then. I think I could probably do with a new one, actually. I'll have to have a look in my bank account and see whether I can afford another one, I think. I always say if a car starts feeling its MOT, that's time to get another one. But anyway, I'm going to do what I can of this little hat to go with the little cardigan, and then start working on anything else I can, but I won't get any knitting done tonight. Like I'm saying, going to bingo, and I hope it's our lucky night tonight, because it wasn't last week. But like I keep telling my friend, you can't win every time, you know. We can only live in hope. But so I'll get a little bit of whatever knitting done when I come back, because I usually get home maybe it's just after 10, and I can do a little bit of knitting before I go to bed. So I may do a little bit of my own actually. So I haven't done any of that for a couple of days. And this wool that I knit this cardigan in, the ball, it's this baby wool, and the ball does say double knitting, but I swear it's Aran. I'm knitting with it now, and I'm on, this is the rib, and I'm using 3.75 needles for the rib. I measured the actual knitting on here, and I get 4.5 stitches to the inch. Double knitting, you usually get 5.5 stitches to the inch. Sometimes it depends on the pattern, but I can tell by the feel of this wool it is not double knitting. I could tell when I was sewing it up. It feels thicker. When I'm sewing it up, it feels thicker. The seams feel thicker. And I'm sure it's Aran, and they've made a mistake with the labels. But I know by the number of stitches I cast on for this, because I started knitting with thinking I was going to do a baby one, a newborn baby, and I started off with 46 stitches, or was it 49 stitches? Around about 49 stitches is what I do for a newborn baby, and I could tell after I'd done a few rows it was coming out far too wide. And then I had to change the size needles because the needles were knitting it too tight as well. So I changed to a 450, doing on the ribs on 375 and the rest on 450 millimeter. So that tells me that it is Aran. It is not double knitting. So at least when I start on the other balls, the pink, I've still got a couple of balls of this left probably after I've done the hat. But when I start on the pink, I'm going to knit it as Aran, because I swear that's what it is. And this the thickness looks the same and everything, and yet the ball says double knitting, and it tells you to use the needles. I'm looking for where it tells you the needles on it. Oh, there it is. It says 4mm needles, but it just knits up too tight on 4mm needles. So anyway, when I knit that, I'm going to knit it as Aran. In fact, I have some Aran that doesn't even feel as thick as that. So that's just a little bit today. I'll catch you all another time, so bye for now.